اصبر صبرا جميلا. Be patient, O Muhammad, in a beautiful way. This is what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala commanded our Prophet with when dealing with the harm that the non-Muslims inflicted upon him in his time. To remain steadfast, to remain patient, to continue with the mission, and to be patient where complaint is not made to the people. Even though if one was to complain to the people, merely that is not haram. When many of us hear the word as-sabr, patience, many might think of it as a passive state. They think of someone, for example, quietly sitting in the corner, just waiting for the storm to pass. They may think of it as doing nothing. But if we look at the language of the Arabs, and we look at the practice of the pious, we realize that as-sabr is much bigger than that. As-sabr originally, it implies restraint or confinement. It is to hold oneself back, control oneself, and dominate it when we are struck with a calamity or when we lose an enjoyment. It is when the fire inside you pushes you to be unjust when you are treated unjustly, but you hold back for the sake of Allah. It is when a desire rises to look at something which Allah made haram, but you lower your gaze for the sake of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. When the grief tries to push you to do something bad, and instead you remain strong, patient and reliant upon Allah Ta'ala. The one who wants to follow this path, the one who follows the path of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, then let him know that there are many obstacles that are on the way. And that's why the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, he mentioned in the hadith, حُفَّتِ الْجَنَّةِ بِالْمَكَارِهِ, which means that literally paradise is surrounded by hardships. Meaning that the one who wants to strive and work towards paradise, then let him prepare himself that many obstacles will come his or her way. But if someone, he does experience these calamities, whilst observing his deen, whilst observing his deen, he experiences these worldly calamities, then this actually signals and indicates that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala willed good things for him. As the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam mentioned, مَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُصِبْ مِنْهُ. It means that the one whom Allah Ta'ala willed good for, Allah Ta'ala would afflict him with calamities. So we realize that the path to Al-Jannah is one which bears many obstacles for the one who seeks it. Yet the fuel that keeps us moving when the road gets rocky is this quality of sabr. And the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, he embodied this patience more than anyone. His father alayhi salatu wassalam passed away when his mother was still pregnant with him. His mother died when he was only 6 years old. All of his children, they died in his lifetime, except for one lady, Fatima radiyallahu anha. Not only that, but he alayhi salatu wassalam was mocked. He was harmed boycotted, and even betrayed. Yet the Prophet ﷺ remained patient in every hardship which he encountered, and he continued. When the Prophet ﷺ came to Qarnul Manazil, after he was just in At-Ta'if, he was upset because of the harm that he ﷺ faced and the stance that was taken by the people of Mecca and At-Ta'if against him. They even threw stones at him ﷺ in At-Ta'if. And what was he doing? He was calling the people to worship Allah alone, to not associate partners with Allah. Al-Bukhari narrated in his Sahih that when the Prophet ﷺ reached Qarnul Manazil, Jibreel came to him and he said, Inna Allah sami'a qawla qawmika lak, which means Allah knows what your people have done to you. وَقَدْ بَعَثَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ مَلَكَ الْجِبَالِ, and Allah Ta'ala has sent to you the angel in charge of the mountains. لِتَأْمُرَهُ بِمَا شِئْتَ فِيهِمْ, so that you would command him with that which you wish. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said, فَنَادَانِي مَلَكُ الْجِبَالِ, the angel in charge of the mountains called me. فَسَلَّمَ عَلَيْهِ, he greeted me. ثُمَّ قَالَ يَا مُحَمَّدْ ذَلِكَ فِي مَا شِئْتَ, he said, O Muhammad, tell me what you want to do with these people. I will do what you wish. إِن شِئْتَ أَنْ أُطَبِّقَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَخْشَبَيْنِ لَفَعَلْتَ, if you want me to make the two akhshabs, the two mountains, Mount Abu Qubais and the mountain parallel to it, Qu'ayqi'an, if you want me to make these two mountains collapse on them, I will do it. So look at the Prophet ﷺ, how he replied. Look at his character ﷺ. He said, بَلْ أَرْجُو أن يخرج الله من أصلابهم من يعبد الله وحده لا يشرك به شيئا. It means rather I hope that Allah would make from their descendants a people come who worship Him alone and not associate partners with Him. Such an amazing character. A character that was never equal or surpassed by anybody who went before him, and would never be equal or surpassed by anyone who is to come after him. This is the true seeker of the Akhirah. That when calamities grow heavy, when provisions become tight, when enemies increase, when wealth fades and trials envelop us from every side, the road to success is found in being patient for the sake of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, the one who created absolutely everything. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah.